we recording now? Yeah, looks like we're recording now. Okay. So this is just a test to see if I've got the carburetor adjusted so that the secondaries do open. I've drained this fuel bowl by removing that bolt, draining the fuel out so that I don't unnecessarily squirt too much petrol down the engine when it's not running and, you know, contaminate my sump oil, wash the bores and all that sort of thing. So let's see. Hopefully you can see the butterflies. I can. Let's see if I progressively open the primaries if and when the secondaries start to open. Right, we're at about 45 degrees so far. Now it's started to move the linkage. Yeah, now the secondaries are opening. Okay, let's try that again. And I'm trying to work out if there's anything I can do to maybe get the secondaries to open quicker. Okay, right. Can you see the butterfly valve in there? It's a little bit open, 30-ish degrees, 45-ish degrees. Still nothing. Look at this funny cam type slot in the linkage is what's doing it. It's interesting that, look. So the first part of that slot doesn't do anything to the secondary linkage lever, and then it hits that hump, and that's when it starts to push it. So obviously I can't do anything about when it comes in. That's not adjustable, is it? Unless I actually reprofile that slot somehow, and that's not a sort of normal sort of adjustment. Right, see, that's hitting it on that. That's so interesting. Okay, and I don't think, yeah, there's not much I can do about that really, is there? What can I do about that? That hits the hump. What's full throttle? Let's see that all the way there. Okay, and they're both wide open. And they're both closed together. So hold on. That's down there. That's closed. That's more or less at the top there. So it does relate to the linkage position. That the secondary start to open when we're at about half throttle, that's all right. That seems all right. Okay, so that's not the problem. Okay, secondaries are definitely coming in, and that's not the problem. Let's see. Let's try again. Opening, 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 and then this pulls on that, opens all the way. Right, so there's no adjusting to be done there. That's good. That works. That's doing what it's supposed to do. And the secondary squirters are squirting. Next thing to check is if I put my foot on the accelerator pedal, if I'm getting the full linkage travel. Let's try that. That's another option. Maybe the pedal's not adjusted properly. Right. Primaries, 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 primaries. Now hitting the secondaries. Yeah, you've really got to be pressing that throttle to get into the secondaries. That could be the problem. That could, look, yeah, maybe that's all I'm doing. Maybe I'm only pressing the pedal far enough to hit the primaries, and you really feel that step on the pedal when you get into the secondaries. Okay, that could well be the problem. If I'm driving along and I'm pressing the pedal sort of, I don't know, half-heartedly, not half-heartedly, till it feels like that's a stop, and then there's a definite, you can definitely feel the pressure difference on the pedal when you get into that. Okay, now that is interesting. And I'm not even sure, hold on, looking at that, I don't think, no, I've got my foot buried and I'm not sure that's opening as far as it opened when I did it by hand. By hand, oh no, it is only going as far. That's fully open, it gets to there. So this part of the linkage, oh, I need 3 hands to do this. That's vertical. When that's vertical, that's fully open. Now what's happening with the pedal? Try that again. Yeah, that's not getting as vertical, is it? That's not bloody opening as far. Right, I found the problem. I have found the problem. Problem is not the carburetor. The problem is the accelerator pedal and possibly the throttle cable as well. Okay, let's play around with that, see what can be done.